We've had revival. We've been in revival. We've prepared for revival and prepared for revival and prepared for revival. So why we need keys to prepare for revival? Some of this should hurt tonight. Some of this should feel not so good. At least for this row and that row. Hallelujah. The rest of you, it's just kind of, gravy. Hallelujah. We love to read 1 Kings chapter 18 about the prophet Elijah that confronted the priests of Baal, that called down fire from heaven. But the Bible tells us, if the Bible tells us anything, it's that the fire does not fall in just any old place. The fire falls in the desert. And God kept taking me to the story. I don't like to refer to it as a story because the Bible's not a storybook. But took me to this season of Elijah's life and caused me to see that it was always in the desert where God's fire would be released. We must prepare the altar of our lives if we want to be ready for the fire of God. And you're not going to have revival without the fire. You're not going to have revival without the fire of God. It's quiet in here. Either that or I've been in the wrong place all day. Hallelujah. It's too loud there, now it's too quiet here. Hallelujah. See, before the fire fell for Elijah, I want you to understand, he endured a difficult process of preparation. Some of you right now have been in a difficult process. All right, everybody's like, yeah, now this is where it's at. Come on, I just found out what's in my chicken dinner. Come on. It's a difficult process of preparation. And what was God preparing him for? Do you notice in the midst of the most powerful season of Elijah's ministry, now God's preparing him for something new? See, we all think, man, I've done ministry or I've been in church. I don't need to be going through these things anymore. See, to change the religion of an entire nation in one day is what Elijah was being prepared for. He was to change religion. Elijah's task was to pull the Jews away from pagan worship of Baal, which were literally translated in many ways. It can say literally religious worship. Even though it's false god, it's religion, whether you know it or not. Today, there's a lot of church that's just doing church that is false because it's just pagan worship. God is not in the house. I don't know about you, but we don't need no more performance. We don't need a big charade. We just need to worship the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords and for the glory purpose of God. Come on, to fall down. It was to bring back belief of one true God, Jehovah, the Lord. 1 Kings 17:1. We're going to read a few scriptures tonight. 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 1 says, Now Elijah the Tishbite from Tishbe in Gilead said to Ahab, who was the king, by the way, And as the Lord, the God of Israel lives, whom I serve, there will be neither dew nor rain in the next few years, except at my word. Immediately a drought came upon Israel because of the word of a prophet. How many know the world doesn't recognize prophets the same they used to? Why? Because prophets did not walk in that type of power. Come on, we're about to walk in this type of power again, to where we're going to be able to declare something that's just going to happen because of the word. Then in verse 2 through 4 it says, Then the word of the Lord came to Elijah, Leave here, turn eastward, and hide in Kerith, Raven, east of Jordan. You will drink from the brook, and I have ordered the ravens to feed you.